Hey Patreon, once again guys, thank you for your support. So here's another gameplay with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers mega scheme that we're using. I like to go ahead and blend in single back as my base, like pretty much my first formation, just to get a kind of feel for my opponent's ability for run. This guy actually didn't have the best run defense because really it's the Detroit Lions. It's not really a great run defensive team, but they do have some playmakers. I did run into a situation, I think, in this particular gameplay where this guy basically had really good goal line stops, but he came out initially in the gameplay rolling with basically cover 2 shells, so I was able to go and expose him here for a huge play. Swing the field here. Want to try to plug the ball into the end zone in this type of situation. So streak up. Once again, he shows me cover 2, and I check it down. I should have went ahead and hit that corner and actually get the ball in the end zone because he stayed with cover 2. And now he actually switches things up. No, he's still in cover 2 again. And you can see he's in cover 2 because he's got these guys pressed, shaded to the inside, shaded to the outside, and he's got his 2 high shell. So he just decides to basically go ahead and use this cover 2 coverage against me. So I think what I did is I might have went into this tackle trap play right here, and I'm able to go ahead and get the ball down to the 1 yard line. Now in this series I realized, I'm like, okay, I am not a goal line offensive player using goal line as a formation, because you'll see an epic meltdown by me trying to get the ball in with basically with a inside QB sneak with Lamar. Then I do off tackle. I get tackled at the goal line right here. He clicks on and actually stands up Derrick Henry, which you would think that a big running back like that that's got speed would be able to fall in an inch. So I go with basically a tackle, or basically a fullback dive play, and he's actually not a very good big running back, so I decided to go. I'm going to change up the roster a little bit, but I jump into this play. This is like one of the goal line plays I like to use, and really when I'm using this play, I'm reading this defender right here. If this defender comes down and sticks on this guy, this means that this outside area, this little outside slant, is going to be open because it's man coverage. So it's very simple, easy read. All I'm going to do is just watch the defender, let the tight end actually clear. You can see the defender's actually down at a little stick route, clears out. I may actually go ahead and get a nice little pass to the outside. A little bit late of a release, but actually the coverage was blanketed. The guy was right on him completely, and it was actually it was a good play. So scores tied 7-7 in this type of situation. A minute and 24 seconds. I think I got to stop against this guy. That's why I'm in this field position. Now he actually jumps into looks like some type of a man blitz. So I go ahead and just dial him up with one of my favorite plays, drop it down to the running back, and catch a 5-yard gainer. So really all I'm doing is I'm just reading a defender over here. If this defender slides out, I'll drop it down. If this defender actually goes ahead and comes down and plays the running back, a lot of times I'll just hit this hook. I do have a problem though sometimes with this hook play. I like to put my directional when I actually go ahead and throw this, and sometimes I get missed throws. But if I just go ahead and just hit the button and it's man coverage, this route is money for the most part, unless someone actually goes ahead and does underneath coverage with man coverage. So let's go ahead and see if I get that. I get the one-on-one off the left. I think what I was doing, I was looking on this side of the field. A smart read would have been this, and as a result, I actually go ahead and take a coverage sack on that play right there. I actually know it was a blitz. It was heavy blitz pressure. He hit me with a cover 1. So now I go ahead and jump in a stick and nod. I'm going to go and streak up my wide receiver. I've got a post, I got a post on the back side, and this is just a simple concept that a lot of players like to use. So basically I've got this guy clearing out, these 2 guys are clearing out, and really what I'm looking for is this underneath route first, and then I've got this over route next. So let's go ahead and snap the ball. This has got a little motion, puts a guy out in the flat, and you could see he takes his defensive end and actually goes ahead and pulls him out of position. Now he's falling into a kind of a passing lane right there. So I think what I did is I went with a high percentage pass with the underneath. So you could see he's actually trying to cut off that deep post. I go with a high percentage pass underneath with a little whip. Ball's basically 18 seconds left. I think he took a timeout to preserve some clock. And I've got, you know, basically one of the better kickers in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and get my 3 points with the anticipation that I get the ball in the second half and I can actually go up on this guy. So I hold with the score with 10 to 7. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run basically 0-1 trap. But you can see everybody came crashing down. Obviously becoming a little bit too predictable with this formation. And as a result, he's able to go ahead and run commit and get people into fits. I'm able to go ahead and pick up, you know, 3 yards against a run commit. So, but I just need to be conscious that this guy is willing to make a run commit. So now he actually presses, and he doesn't have anybody over the top. I'm watching this guy. Unless this guy comes shooting out, I'm going to go ahead and take this shot right here. This is where I'm going to go with it because he's got press coverage. I'm going to hope that Bateman can get past his guy. Safety actually falls up, so I'm going to go ahead and take that shot up top. The coverage on this is actually excellent. This is a 50-50 ball. You could see the defensive back actually has a step above the wide receiver, but this guy didn't have the skill set. He tries to click on right here. I do an aggressive catch, and I was able to go ahead and come down with it. So I went aggressive catch in that type of situation, able to come down with it. But this taught me a lesson is that he presses and he goes over the top coverage. So I can't, those shot plays, which you would think is going to be available to you, are not necessarily going to be that. So if I go ahead and see the same type of situation, I've got a shot play, what I need to do is actually do just a basic a hook play on the back side. So if the guy goes over the top, I go to the back side and actually go ahead and hit this guy because he's probably doing over the top coverage to basically bait me into throwing a ball like that and giving him a 50-50 shot at interception. And a 50-50 shot at an interception is worth, so you can see same situation. He goes ahead with that press look, cover one hole. Now he actually takes his guys off. I motion my guys over and I go ahead and hit him with this counter play, a motion counter play. Hit it, actually get really good blocking, cut it back in. One of the rare runs that I actually ran that perfectly. I'm able to go ahead and pick up a first down on that. Now he's actually showing me a 3 high. I think I jump into this play right here. He presses his dudes down. He's got outside shade with his one defender. So I go ahead and I think I just jump into a different play. I'm going to go with basically a little lead option type play. Then I go ahead jump into basically right here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into just an inside zone. And I'm able to go ahead and pick up a few more yards, get a 3rd and 1 against this guy. This is where I'm struggling right now. These short yardages I want to run, especially when I've got a good running back like Henry, but for some particular reason, these guys have been shooting gaps. People have been shooting gaps against my offensive line, and I'm not really doing that well. So here's my read once again. I'm going to go back to this one play. This guy comes down, so I know that this area will be wide open for me as a read. So I just need to go and just wait for the route, but I throw the ball early. And as a result, my wide receiver does not get clear, and I get myself into a 4th and 1 situation. So he presses everybody down and says, hey, you can't beat me over the top. Smart play. I actually go ahead and dust off a new play in this scheme, and the reason I'm doing this play is I noticed that the leverage of the defender is out of position. So if this guy's manned up or if he's got a matchup, I've got this open, and all I'm really doing is I'm reading this defender. If this defender floats up, I'm going to be able to pop this route right here. If the defender floats down, I could potentially go ahead and hit my opponent over the top in the end zone. So, and I've got obviously the deep end on the back side of it, but I'm really looking for this out. This guy's floats up. This guy's out of position, and I've got one of my star players right here catching the ball and actually falling in for a touchdown. So I'm able to go and get a touchdown against this guy with this year play. So score 17-14. This guy actually ripped off a major crazy off tackle run against me. Just doing a read option as a base play. Jump into the same play as I did before. Had some success with it. Literally just lapped this play up. Looking for the outs. Defender floats up. Going to go ahead and drop it down. For that quick little out. Just something quick outs with a tight end is just something I don't really incorporate into my schemes, and I need to do a little bit more. So right here, he goes in a light box. I go ahead and hit him up with a run. In this situation, when you get a light box like that, a bad defense, you got to keep no huddling somebody. You got to abuse somebody like that. I chose not to no huddle, and he actually gets out of this defense. So that was just a bad offensive decision. But my goal also in this type of situation was to go ahead and milk the clock against this guy. So I think that was the motivation by not doing no huddle, is not giving him an option. Now he goes into double A gap against me. I've got basically a zone run. I'm looking, when I streak this guy up, I'm looking to see if I can actually hit this route right here. See if the defenders actually fall back into the zone. If not, I'll check it down to the running back. There's a chance I can actually hit this route on the backside, depending on what he's doing. I think what he did is he actually did a really kind of aggressive man blitz. The blitz gets picked up correctly, and there's really nobody over the top. So I'm just going to go and hit that pass right there, and go ahead and hit that pass and get the ball into right down to the end zone right here. So first and goal situation against this guy, and now I'm back at this goal line O, and I just can't get to work with this team. I don't know what my problem is with goal line, but it seems like you've got all these star players that are built for goal line, and it was just no way for me to actually get the ball in. So right here I go with basically sting play. I know what the problem is. I actually have a bad fullback at position. Mitchell's a small guy, he's a fast guy, but he's not someone that you want to have as your lead blocker, and their lead blocker is like 300 pounds. So he's going to get a head. When he gets on a head on somebody, he's going to push that person back. So now I jump into an I-form twin set, using basically an off stretch play, and I try to go ahead and run off to the weak side of the field. Everybody gets bottled up. I'm in a situation like, I can't believe this. I'm gonna choke this game away from this guy. So I jump into this play. This is a play that I've labbed out. I threw into this game and I actually pulled it out again. But what's cool about this particular play is that this running back route sometimes just gets naked wide open. For some particular reason, it doesn't get covered up correctly, and that little hitch route actually pulls the defender out of the area. So I was pretty much dumbfounded with how I was getting in the end zone. So I was just like maybe I need to dial this play up and just run it stock and see if I can get the running back open. So his responsibility was the running back, and he actually came in and played the little hitch underneath. Didn't play the running back. I'm able to go and pop the running back and actually get the ball into the end zone. So I think after this guy quit out. He just realized that he was down by 2 scores. He didn't have a lot of time. He didn't have any kind of a way to go ahead and stop my offense for the most part. He got me in some situations. He got me some 4th down situations, 3rd down situations, but he didn't like basically what I was doing. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. If you have any kind of comments about this ebook, let me know. Thank you for your support. Until next time.